Hello, my friends. Hello, and welcome back to my channel. It's Console Carrie here, bringing you another episode of Nintendo Talks Rags to Riches Challenge. Here are the rules. Here are the classes and the in-game objectives. We are on the island of Folklore. Yes, we are on the island of Folklore. Still on the island of Folklore, which makes us a farmer. Here are the exceptions to help us make those 20 million bells. So, first item of business is a big fat apology to all my fans out there because it's been about a week or so since I've been on YouTube. A lot of it is burnout, which I'm sure a lot of you can relate to. Some of it is sickness. Some of it is trying to figure out what should we do next. I've been, cooking and cleaning and watering and collecting DIYs and going to islands and collecting materials and I mean, is that entertaining to you guys? Do you like seeing just the play with me in the dailies? Not all the time, right? So I'm trying to figure out. I got a lot of design ideas that I've talked about and didn't do and some that I've done and now it doesn't work anymore and I need to change it and some that I've started and I just didn't finish. And so we need to go back and work on that. When you look at my map, honestly, I think it looks like poop. I mean, I like the everything lined up and whatnot, but the water is incomplete. And I moved the flowers around, not the rose garden, don't worry, that's a for sure thing. But the other hybrids, I moved them around, and now I have this big space by Blathy, the museum, and I'm like, what do I do with that? Should I maybe try to move my villagers over there? No, I love their three-tier neighborhood, and I've got my rock garden going on. I don't really want to change that, but maybe. And then I realized I wanted to put the campsite up there. I never did really anything. I just slapped it on the beach and ignored it. Granted, we have not gotten very many campsite villagers, but that's what we're going to do today. We're going to work on the campsite. So let's head on back. Let's head on back. Oh, we've got Francine. Hey, Francine. Yes, I've talked to you earlier before. Summer weather suits me. Oh, yeah, vitamin D. Yeah. By the way, apology number 2. My villagers have dressed me in this outfit, and I am, if I close my construction mode, I'm prepping to do some terraforming. They've also donned me with this lovely pineapple hat. Nintendo, there is no pineapple in the game. We need to rectify this. If you're going to give me pineapple clothing, there needs to be pineapples. Alright, so let's head on back. Oh, here's one of my new villagers that I absolutely love. He won't even look at us. He's fishing. It's Leopold. He's got green hair, a cute little nerdy alligator? No. What is that? Um, yeah, what is that name? It's not alligator, it's Argyle. He's got a cute little Argyle sweater on and glasses and the green hair. He's got the whole thing going on. I gotta tell you. So I have started. This was flat. I went ahead and terraformed this area and I'm gonna put the campsite up here. To get up there, we go to the back door over here, and you know what? Before I start work, I need a cup of coffee. So let's go get our coffee, go see Brewster, And then we'll figure out what we're going to do about this campsite area. I've got a few ideas, but I'm not sure how they're going to fit together. It's a big space, but it's never enough space. Am I right? Am I right? All right, Brewster, Brewster, I need some energy. I have the money. Do you have the goods? Oh, I do want pigeon milk. Thank you very much. Yes, yes. Hurry, hurry. I need my hit of coffee. I need my caffeine. We gotta get the creamer in there. We all know that if you run out of creamer, it's an emergency and you must go straight to the store. Get your creamer. Mmm. Yum, yum, yum. It's so sweet and mild, the magic of pigeon milk that makes it so dreamy. Am I dreaming now, Brewster? Because I am in love with your coffee. Too much coffee. Yes, this is my second cup. Oh, we've got a little cut scene here. Izzy needs her coffee. How special. Good morning, Izzy. Work is slow right now, so Mr. Nick suggested you. Oh, so Nookie is tired of you. Tommy Boy is tired of you and needed a break from you. That's really what we're saying, right? Am I right? You're just too peppy, I guess. See you later. Better hurry back to Tommy Boy. Don't want him to miss you. All right, and that's the end of our cutscene. Soon we will be getting our next reward from Brewster. What is it going to be? We've gotten the plant, we've gotten his picture, we've gotten a coffee cup, we've gotten a bag of coffee beans. Not sure what the next one is. I could look it up, sure, but I'd rather be surprised. Yep, here's the picture. I need to set up a little cafe right here. Not sure if I have room, but maybe. All right, so let's get back into construction mode. What I am thinking about doing is a floating campsite. I'm not sure, and that would kind of fix my water problem, but I'm not sure if I have the room and if it will work out. But the first thing we need to do is a count. So we're gonna do a checkerboard pattern, and I'm gonna do that real quick and be right back. All right, let's do a count. I think I want to stop it here because I want to do a little bit of decoration for the museum. Kind of thinking about pushing this over. I have a ton of flowers, so I don't really need this space for crops. So I'm thinking the museum's probably going to get some room on the other side, and then this will be the entrance for the cat. Okay, so let's do a count. Stop messing around, Carrie. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 exactly. All right, and then let's do this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh man, that's not very wide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, so we want to do at least one more. Do a 10 by 20. Sounds like a good number. Nice even number. Which means that means what am I doing? Let's see. So maybe that means not sure if I can do a cliff right here, can I? No, I will have to move this tree forward. which would take away from the girls. But is that really an issue? If I move the tree forward, it would just, well, it would mess up my count on my bushes. Mm, well, this is dumb. I hate when it doesn't line up. Well, I may be stopping it here. I'm not sure. 20 isn't really what I had in mind. So let's see. I need the campsite is 4, and then the campsite is 4, and then I want at least 3 on each side for trees and the possibly a floating rock garden. So I just couldn't do side by side. So I'm thinking in my head. Sorry, I'm doing math in my head. So it's 4, and then 3 and 3 is 6. Really, I only need 10, but then I need water in between. So that would be, let's see, 2. Do I have 2? Is it 2? Let's test this. Is it 2 that you need? I want to be able to hop. Yeah, it's 2 to be able to hop. So 2 on each side of the campsite would be 4. And then on the other side of the tree would be another 4, counting for each side. So minimum 8, 4 and 4, 8, plus the 10's 18. Okay, so I need 18. So we could do it 18 by 9, in which case, which isn't bad, wouldn't be bad. So you'd take away 1, 2, and that give Blathy just a little bit more and a little bit of an entrance area if I wanted to do something here. All right, that's what we're going to do. So we're doing 18 by 9, which means, I can't remember if I explained. I want to do a series. I don't like to do speed builds. So, and I can't do this all in one video. So we're gonna just develop it a little bit at a time, do a little campsite design series. Hopefully you will enjoy that. All right, so this is 9. So 9. So 1, 2. Okay, let's do some color differentiations here. Okay, so 2 for the water. We'll just do this back row. We don't need to do a checker. Okay, so we'll do 2 for the water, and then either a rock garden or a tree. 1, 2, 3. Let's get this out of our way so we're not confused. And then water again. I gotta see it to know where I'm at. All right, and then water again. And then campsite. We'll make that this path, and this is just for visualizing purposes, which it's a 4, campsite's a 4, and then we go back to water, 2, and then what did we use? Sand for either a tree or a rock. Which would be 3, and then I'd have 2 on this side, but yeah, we would need water. So this would be water, Okay, that's the initial plan, which isn't bad. All right, so the next is we've got 9, which if we go to here, I could pull forward, no problem. I could go forward because I kind of want to have these rock gardens around. So let's see, we've got, how many do we have? We've got 6. Yeah, we have 6 rock. You know I gotta hit this balloon. This game, I tell ya, full of distractions. It's yellow too. Did we get some money? Did we at least earn something? Because we're sitting around it. Yes, 10,000 bells. Woohoo! All right. Think. All right, let me think about this. Okay, we're doing this. It's gonna be big, but we're doing this. All right, so we need 2, and then, okay, we need 2 this way, 2 for the water, and then 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. Ah, I hate making mistakes. Don't you hate making mistakes? And I continue to make more and more. Come on now. Get it together. Oh, another mistake. Okay, we'll get rid of this. All right, so that's 3, 2, and then 3, and then 2 for the water. Be nice if it was 3, but I mean, it's already humongous. Okay, 3 for the water, or 2 for the water. And then the campsite is going to be right here. And this is the whole purpose. I'm trying to figure out where, this is step 1, is figuring out where to move the campsite so that we can pay to have it moved. That's 2. That's half of the campsite. All right, did I do this right? So 2, and then 3, and then 2, and then 4. Okay, so we're doing this. We are doing this. We are going to redesign our rock garden to be part of the campsite. So, first item of business is we're going to get rid of this rock garden. So, uh, yeah, we're going to start doing some of this. And you can see that my designated supervising villager is Marshall over there. So we are going to be doing some of this. We are changing things up a bit. Oh yeah, you can't, because he's there. It won't let me. What's up, Marshall? What's the good word? Let's chat. It's only Tuesday, a long way until the weekend. Tell me about it, buddy. You feel worn out, so you're treating yourself to something special? You're eating apple cake? I don't think I even have that recipe. All right, so we are going to get rid of this rock garden, and I am not going to bore you to tears watching me bury water, so I will be right back. And just like that, all my hard work of Figuring out the perfect rock garden spacage is gone. But that's okay. It's going to be bigger and better. It is. I have faith. All right, so the next thing we need to do is build this cliff out. We need 2 more for our campsite. And then 2 more for our water around the campsite. Getting after it. So that's our 2 water around the campsite. And then we're gonna need 3 more for a rock garden. And I know you can't really picture it. It's kind of in my head right now. It's actually on a piece of scratch paper. Does anybody else do that? Kind of scratch. I'm old school. I like to use paper. I use a planner. I know some others have been talking about planners, and are you a planner person? Electronic or paper? Tell me in the comments. I'm curious to know. Oh no, I lost count. All right, I'll do one more row and then I'll do a count. Um, I'm doing Aura Estelle for the first time this year. It's kind of like a Hobonichi, only the paper is a little bit, I don't want to say better quality, but a lot easier to work with and not as much bleed. It isn't really thicker. I'm not sure why, but all right, so that's 1, 2, 3, that's 4, right? Let's do a grid. Let's do a checkerboard and make sure. Yeah, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then we're gonna do, we need 2 for the water. This represents our water. And then we need a rock garden. 2, 3 wide. Okay, so we needed to go 1 more because we'll need water right in front of that. So 1, 2, 3. So it just goes to show you don't have to map out the entire area, but if you're a visual person like I am, just doing a little portion is very helpful. And we have another balloon taunting us to pop it. What's kind of sad is the milestone miles, they end at a certain point. Like I wish it was more perpetual where you continue to get credit for popping balloons, but it's like once you get that achievement of 1,000, there's nothing to look forward to other than the prize, of course. Okay, so this is going to be the edge of the water. And possibly I will do some kind of entrance from there, but I know that this is my edge that I need for my rock garden area. And then that will come over. Let's see, where does that come over to? It comes from here. Let's see if I can walk straight. Have I been drinking? No, I have not. Not yet. Okay, that's the edge, just so I can see it from down below. That's the edge, and then the edge is the edge there. If I make this water, though, it's going to come down as a waterfall. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to save this uh, entrance, or, you know me, I just need to move it over one space after I'm all done. Um, I could move it over one space so that I have a little more room. Now's the time to decide. But this is kind of balanced with the other side. And I like how it's making kind of a tunnel here. Let me pause and think about this for a second. All right, to make the water work, I think I need to move it over. So 1 to 2 spaces. And then eventually we'll probably move the museum and the girls over and get rid of that vegetation on this side, or make it smaller, or move it all together. All right, so this will be my edge. Instead of there, it'll be right here. Which you can't see very well, but walking it back, you can see that it's 1, 2 spaces over. So we'll have 1, 2, and then that's just enough for the tree. And then the sand we'll remove 2 and then add 1, 2. This is just to help me visualize what I'm doing. What on earth am I doing? So we got 2 water. And yeah, it's a little more time up front, but it is totally worth it overall, so that we don't make a mistake and need to shift everything 1 square. That is usually what ends up happening to me. I don't know about you, but that's usually my experience. Oh, and then we've got 2 water, and then 3 rock garden. 1, 2, 2, 3, and get rid of these 2. I was just trying to think ahead of how I'm going to make this water flow. Get rid of that. All right, and connect with the rest of it. Tell you what, this designing is tricky business. All right, so are we right? 2, 4, 2, 1, 2, 3, 2, 2. All right, so the water canal part would end right here, which gives me 2 spaces. And if we go down, I should throw my ladder down so I can easily get over here. So, oh, and there's Marshall again, supervising. So if the water stopped here, that flows into there. I would still have to jog this water, because this water is here. It gave me 2, but it's not really lining up exactly. I still may lose this space, but I have 2 spaces now that I could, well, honestly, I could move this inlet over. I hate to do that, but All right. I think that's for the best. That right there is for the best. And then it gives me a little bit of play over here. I think that's a safer bet. How I have this lined up. Okay. So this is how it's lined up. This is where campsite's gonna go. So it's gonna be 1, 2 for the water, and then 1, 2, 3, and then 2. Okay, so it's in the right spot. It's just not. Oops. Stakes. It's just not lined up this way. So we're moving it over to 2. It's gonna go right here. All right. So, yep, that's where it's gonna go. Yep. And there's nothing around, so no reference to confirm or check a view or anything. All right, so we're going to terraform this out and then we'll be right back. All right, I blew it once again. So if I don't want to move this tree, I can't move this close. So it's actually 1 over. So back to the, you know what I like about this though? It's going to make the twins feel more enclosed. See how it's going to be, be around this cliff. I gotta just go discipline my cat. Hold on. My cat is in love with paper. All right. Yeah, it's gonna make it feel enclosed. I like that. And maybe we put some. I don't know. Maybe we put something there. I'm not sure. I wish you could put cliffs up against tree. All right. Oh, look how close it lines up. Oh. All right. Well, we could move it forward 1, but it comes back when I'm thinking a waterfall. So it comes back. I'm actually going to need 1 more. Yeah, we're going to do 1 more and then it'll line up perfect with this tree. That is cool. So there'll be 3 at the end, but it'll actually only be 2. I'm thinking a waterfall dumps into this river that's part of the entrance. All right, I do need to, I'll fill this in later. I know it feels like I'm just making a big cliff area, but it'll look good when I'm done. It's in its ugly stage. All right. Pause and finish filling this in. Okay, I'm not going to fill in this area because I'm not sure exactly. I want to tie into this waterfall, and I'm not sure exactly how I plan to do that just yet. So I'm going to leave it there. Oh, seriously, Marshall? I can't get past you. Oh, fine. Let's throw a ladder here. And I know it won't be in my way. All right, and if that is the case, then we are shifting again. So we're shifting over one because we don't want to move. We don't have to move the trees. We are moving over one. We just don't want to have to move that campsite more than one more time because we're not supposed to really be spending any money. Um, yeah, but we are. We gotta keep it fun, right? Well, and then sand or rock garden, and then water. Water will hit here, and that gives me one edge to play with. I think that's gonna work good. All right, so this is where campsite will shift. Up, no. Campsite will shift over here. Correct. So we'll have 2 water, 3, 2, the campsite, 2, 3, and then we'll have, oops, 2 water plus a waterfall. Okay. This is good. So this is where the campsite goes. This, does that make sense? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, and we can see back here. It's 2. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to pull that forward, but I'm not sure exactly how we're gonna tie this in. I know it looks like a mess, but it makes sense to me. And we'll clean all this up here as we go. So 2 water, 3 land, which we can see in the back, and then ooh, the 2 water on this side. Oh gosh, I really need one more square so that I can do my water. I think I'm gonna have to move those trees over. But I think the campsite is in the right spot. I just see, we have 3. Yeah, we got 3. Really, we need 3 on the edges to give us some play. All right, so the campsite that is where it's supposed to be. All right, so we are going to end this video by going to see Tommy about moving the campsite. Oh, Tommy boy. Oh, do I need money? I think I need money. Do I have money? Oh, why do I always say, what should I do? And he says, don't ask me, it's your island. What are you talking to me about? What do I have in mind? I want layout changes, my boy. I want to move the campsite. Oh, yes, let's do it. And I had it in my pockets. And we received the kit. Correct? Correct. All right. Now let's go pick our spot. It's a little risky laying it down when we haven't really finished terraforming, but I'm pretty... Oh, no. Why did I do that? I'm pretty confident that... Let me go back here. I am pretty confident that it's in the right spot. I'm just have resolved to the fact that I'm going to have to move the trees over. And actually, if I move it over, it'll line up with the trees up above. So that's kind of cool. So 2, 3, 2. Yeah, and then we'll move those trees in. And then, yeah, this is the spot. And then this way, 2, and then 3, and then 2, and then the campsite, and then 2, and then 3, and then 2, plus the cliff. Okay. I'm just making absolutely sure this is what I want to do. And of course, I'm not staying in the right spot. I need to rethink it. Never can stand where I'm supposed to. Okay, so I need to stand right here. Yes. Let me imagine it, although it doesn't really matter. Hopefully the squares are actually 4 and not 5. Oh, you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking it needs a piece of land around the 4x4. Is that true? If it is, and it's an expensive mistake, I think it's kind of looking like it, isn't it? I mean, it's cutting this part out. So I think I'm gonna need this way is okay. Yeah, it'll be okay because if it takes one away from this, if it takes this side, which would be 4x5, um, that's okay, but it might not let me cut my water here. It might not. In which case, I'm gonna have to do some moving over here. I know I gotta move that tree in, but I might have to move things over when I get to that point. All right, well, I think this is the spot. I do. Can you imagine it? Yeah, see how it took out my line? Oh, in the back too. Yeah, I think the sides will be okay, but I think, ooh, if it's in the back, I think maybe I should move forward one. I'm kind of seeing that I actually need 6. So that would be two more, which I mean, I have it, but it's not gonna line things up the way I want them to. Darn it. Well, I could move the twins forward so that it lines up. That's kind of my issue. So what I'm thinking, what I am seeing is that I am going to need to move this. I'm going to have to get rid of this area. And this is going to be part of the twins and the museum. The question is, and then we're going to have to move it forward. I'm going to lose 2 spaces. So I really need to shift everything forward 2 spaces. 2 or 1? Oh, good grief. All right, so I actually need 6. So if I do 1, I'm just trying really hard not to make a mistake here. We're just going to worry about this direction and then, well, if it won't let me, maybe I should watch some videos again. If it won't let me cut the water up against the campsite, which do I really want that? Oh man, do I really want it to be that floating? Let me hold. Okay. I know this doesn't look right, but if I did my math right, I got all these squares all over. If I did my math right, it's gonna look good. This is where it goes. But of course, one thing leads to another, which means in order for this to work, I am going to have to move the museum and the girls over a lot. Over like into this area, over this area. So hopefully they will have their frontage still. I think they will. I think they'll still have their frontage. But we're gonna have to move them all the way over and lose this vegetable potato garden, which I have half gutted already, and find a new space for it. I also am probably gonna have to move the kitchen because we're gonna have to move that forward. But so the campsite will be on a 10 by 10 and it will not matter if it wipes a square out because it will be the land of the campsite. Yeah, let me double check. This is 3, right? 1, 2, 3. Yep, it puts it right in the center of a 10 by 10. So we're going, oops, I'm standing in the wrong spot. Well, of course. It's like one end from where you want it to be. Ah, no, not quite the right spot. There we go. All right, you're just gonna have to trust me. I'm pretty sure my math is right. This is what we're gonna do. But it's good. We got a little design project going here. All right, the deed is done. We've picked the campsite. No more changing it. And we gotta go get this balloon. It's green. That means money. And of course, I'm not over far enough. Oh my goodness. This means some pretty big changes. Marshall, why? Why, Marshall? Okay, let's see if it was worth shoving Marshall, our BFF. A shellfish crochet. Are you serious? I have a million of those already. All right, so the deed is done. We have done the math. We've determined we got a lot of work to do. This is good. So give us a break in between doing the grind. Yep. So I'm going to end this video. It's almost an hour long. Sorry about that. But hopefully you have enjoyed the pain that I call math. And will enjoy the progress. So stay tuned for the next video where I continue this design of the campsite. And before I end, please be sure to subscribe, like, and hit that bell so you don't miss that next video developing this campsite. It costs nothing for you and means everything to me. So everybody have a great day and stay safe.